Hi guys, and we are back. We are here. The top 8 has just been announced, and we are. I have just here the information of the players and the decks that actually made the top 8. And we have at first place Pietro Bragiotto with Azorius Familiars. Second place we have Fabrizio Campanino with Blue Black Fairies. Third place we have Gabriele Tocchi with Jeskai Ephemerate. At fourth place we have Raffaele Nobili with Blue White Glitters. At fifth place we have Bartoli Lapo with Boros Glitters. At sixth place we have Domenico Cardona with Blue White Glitters. Seventh place we have Andrea Ciccone with Blue Black Fairies, and eighth place we have Gabriele Carini with Boros Glitters. So to recap, we have 2 copies of Boros Glitters in top 8, 2 copies of Blue White Glitters in top 8, 2 copies of Blue Black Fairies in top 8, 1 Azorius Familiars, and 1 Jeskai. And this is how the top 8 is made, and I'm here alone. I'm Andrea from the BojukaPod. You can see me, just me right now, because my partners are actually out there trying to get one of the quarterfinals ongoing, and so they're fixing the starting of the rounds for the last 3 rounds of Magic for today, which are going to be quarterfinals, semifinals, and final. So I'm here. I'm joined by Alessandro Moretti, as you all know by the name of Adepto Terra.
Hey everyone.
And we were just discussing about the top 8. I don't know if you already know what the decks are.
I just know Bragiotto with the Familiars with the worst sideboard ever for the deck.
Okay, the top 8 are 2 Boros Glitters, 2 Blue White Glitters, 2 Blue Black Fairies, 1 Familiars, and 1 Jeskai.
As I already said with the Cina Biondo in his tier list video, Fairies, Dimmer Fairies will be the best deck for this event. Probably
Blue Black Fairies?
I thought that, in my opinion, the Fairies was probably the deck meant to win today's tournament.
Okay.
Well, we have 2 copies in top 8, so...
Yeah, definitely the deck was good. I'm pretty sure there were also some more Blue Black Fairies and Blue Black base decks that actually were fighting for the winning in. I am sure of another Blue Black Fairies that missed the last winning in and lost, I think, to Raffaele with Blue White Glitters, and there was a Blue Black Terror that was at table 2 that lost the last round and didn't make top 8. We have to make a special mention, which is 9th place. And 9th place we have actually Slivers, which was cut for not for points but for rating. So out for rating, there was at 9th place Santo Alessandro with Slivers, who didn't manage to make top 8. He came in the last round 16th and won his game, but that wasn't enough. Unfortunately for him, he just managed to end up 9th, even if he had the same points as the 8th player. So that's
also surprising. No Golgari in top 8. I mean,
yeah,
deck is the most played in this tournament.
It definitely was.
But decks like Jeskai, Ephemerate, and Boros Dimmer Fairies are probably the best decks you can play if you want to grind out.
Yeah, if you want to grind out black-green.
We are ready to stream the first match of the top 8. I announced they decided to split the prices.
Okay, so they did split the price.
Yes, and they will play for the glory and for the...
For content, for the glory, for LPI rankings.
Yes.
If you guys don't know what it is, here in Italy we have a ranking of the top players. So when you actually make top 8 or top 16 or top 32 at an event, you gain points and you lose them, and it's like ranking in tennis. I don't know if you know how it works. You can find details online if you want to know more of this, but
most important, they will play for the crown of the
With the crown.
With the winner of the first Paupergeddon Winter edition on 2 days at Lecco, Milano.
Yeah.
And so I'll say that they can start in just 2 minutes.
No, it was 11 and 1. Actually 10-1 and 0. 10-1 and 1 because he split the last round. And so we are here, and their players are trying to sit down at their table. They're going through the shuffle index. They're waiting the clock starts to play that. And I have here the prize pool for top 8. So this is the prize pool for the whole event. It's upgraded prize grid. So once again, thanks to Il Labirinto di Bollate, Playtime Merate, and all the organizers that managed to make this possible. These are the prizes for the top 8. So the first Gabriele Carini. Boros Glitter.
Okay, they already start, so in a few seconds we will see how
We
the
will-
first.
we will
Are you
join the-
excited for this top 8?
I am absolutely. I mean, there is a lot of copies of Glitters, but I mean, I saw someone jokingly that said like 4 decks in the top 8 running 4 Glitters, it must be banned. And the response afterwards was 4 decks running Counterspell, it must be banned. So, I mean, it's really, it's early to talk about bannings, I think. I mean, I don't know if this Paupergeddon is gonna bring anything to the table for the PFP, but I know, and we all know, that the PFP is constantly taking Pauper under consideration for banning and metagame adjustments in case there need to be. I mean, the metagame at the start was, I would say, pretty diverse.
Yes.
Glitter was definitely the most main deck played card, at least it looks like it, because there's no other card that's shared more, because there was a lot of blue-eyed glitters, a lot of Jeskai glitters, and a lot of Boros glitters. And we can see that the players are drawing their hands. And they're ready to start this game. And we see a mulligan for Gabriele, who's running Boros Glitters. Yeah, as you can see, I've been pointed out by the chat. Pietro has a full white bordered deck, and obviously these cards are not white bordered by themselves. Like there's no white border copy of Mortuary Mire, but we see one right in his hand, and the reason is he actually white bordered himself. Like he has a special eraser, which is the blue one that was used in the early 2000s to try to erase a pencil, and he used that plus a ruler to actually whiteboard himself the cards, because he really likes white border. And well, here we hate it. I mean, I don't like it. I mean, it's definitely intriguing though. He's really a fan of white border cards, so he just as soon as he can, he whiteboarded them. And if it doesn't exist, he's the one that's gonna make it white bordered.
Yes. Okay, we see a one-off of Gabriele Carini list in Barbed Butterfist, and we see a more interesting card in Step Through. That's a sorcery that can wizard cycle, and he gets some Murmuring Mystic. So basically a tutor for a wizard. And we see a pretty aggro start by Gabriele, and Pietro decided to evoke a Muldrifter. So the key for this matchup for Boros Glitter is to go as fast as possible, because in the late game Familiar makes a lot of
you cannot
card
keep up with
advantage,
this card advantage.
yes, and the engine and the Murmuring Mystic plan is really clear in the mind of Pietro, because their Murmuring Mystic needs to stabilize the board. And we see a nice snap on the token, followed by a Seagate Oracle. We'll see finally
He finally hits his land drop, which was
and
needed.
He unlocks a white mana. I see a lot of copies of Godfather's Faithful. I don't know how many I see it. Snap is a key card in this matchup, yes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's your best answer to Glitter itself, because you can bounce. It's really good against Barbed Butterfist, which is the reason why, which is what we just saw. Plus, when you have a Zorish Chancery, it's probably one of the best cards in the whole deck.
Yes.
Now we see that Pietro is actually running really early with this Murmuring Mystic, which he tutored before with the Wizard Cycling ability.
Yes.
And I mean, it's actually asking the question, well, do you want to run double bolt on this Murmuring Mystic, or do you have any Journey to Nowhere to deal with this? Because if you don't, this card is gonna go with his deck, with its alone. I mean, it's gonna win the matchup by himself.
Yes, we see the list by Gabriele Carini doesn't play any copies of Journey to Nowhere in the 75.
Yep. He generally glitter versions. Rarely play also Journey to Nowhere.
Yes, he play Free Destroy Evil in the sideboard. That can be a good tool to fight the Murmuring Mystic. We see another Inspector now in the form of Traben. Yes, we see an Ephemerate on Seagate Oracle.
Yep.
Let's see if
there's any response, because this is definitely like a bolt check.
Yes. These Ephemerates will give Pietro a bird in what? An Articuno, I think?
Yeah, I think it's an Articuno.
Yes, very nice.
Okay, Ephemerate resolves, and it's gonna take a land drop.
Okay, he finds the land drop.
Okay, as we are right here, we are hearing the announcement that the team championship, which is the World Cup from the teams that participate, so the leagues that participate in the Paupergeddon, has been won by Liga Pauper Chesney from Poland. So they actually won the tournament as a team. Well, we see Meeting of the Minds, which is obviously a key card in this affinity, in this familiar build.
Yes.
Sorry, we are also tired here at the stream, so I'm getting my names mixed. But the card is definitely good in the sense that it's one of the two lists. You either play Modern Age with Deep Analysis, or you play this list with Meeting of the Minds and Tutors.
Yes, Meeting of Minds is a great card in this list. With the help of a Murmuring Mystic, you can always play it basically for free. We see the familiar deck that is working without its proper namesake card. No familiar on the horizon, but the deck is still going pretty strong. We see the problem of Boros Glitter deck if he doesn't found a copy of all the glitter that we now see. Yeah. I call it.
You just called it.
Yes,
called it.
But he taps without. He doesn't have white mana.
He doesn't have white mana.
Yes.
I mean, I expect him to have a land in hand, maybe.
Let's see. Maybe wanna see
He's
after
gonna
after
cast
block.
a synthesizer first. Okay, so this is a bolt.
Only one bolt.
Resolves. That's fine.
Okay.
Second copies of removal spell.
Yes, he gains 2 life of it, and
it's a counter spell. Gains 2 life.
Articuno. I know this one is a bird illusion.
We're done with the Articunos.
Okay.
There's no more.
Okay, now.
Okay, he had instead.
Okay, now
white land and can put the glitter
yes.
on.
Those bolts were a bait for this all the glitters, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, is this all the glitters really that good? I mean,
I don't know. I don't think so. He
has a lot of chump blockers.
Yes, but it's important to notice that Gabriele Carini list plays.
Yeah, he plays Wedding Invitation.
Yes,
right?
free Wedding Invitation can close out the game out of nowhere. So they need to stay really. Pietro needs to stay on watch about that. Let's see the third. God's Pharaoh Faithful. I was right. He was plenty of these in here.
Yeah. He definitely had a lot.
Yes. He evoked a Muldrifter.
Evoking a Muldrifter, gain 3.
Nice one.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a good divination, and
yes.
Does he have the white mana too? Yeah, he paid 4.
Yes,
he paid 4.
It's
Never mind.
Azorius Chancery. Okay. And now let's see.
I'm gonna recap the top 8 because I see the chat asking me. And there is 2 copies of Bar Glitters, 2 copies of Blue-White Glitters, 2 copies of Blue-Black Fairies, 1 copy of Familiar, and 1 copy of Jeskai Ephemerate. So this is the quarterfinals, yes. This is the quarterfinals, and we are watching the first seed Pietro Bragiotto against the 8th seed Gabriele Carini. Back to the game. I mean, in this position, I think Boros is really. There is a judge. They're talking to a judge about something.
Quello che gioca il blu si è rivendicato se ha fatto l'anda di turno o meno, e voi avete la registrazione, mi potete un attimo aiutare a capire, o se la chat lo sa, se Pietro ha fatto l'anda di turno.
Okay, they are asking us because Pietro is asking if he actually did land drop this turn, and so they're asking us if we remember if he did land drop. And so chat, if you remember if he did land drop, you can write it down.
Abbiamo un double check.
Il turno
per me
prima.
No, dice per me no, però se puoi controllare.
Okay.
Siamo in 10 che dicono l'ha fatto.
Okay.
Okay,
It seems
thanks,
that
guys.
he played.
He probably played an island at the start of the turn. So we were just checking out you guys actually confirmed our suspicions.
Thanks.
Okay, now let's see. Okay, so he passed the turn. So let's see if Gabriele needs to find a wedding invitation. Okay, this is a good start.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you find wedding invitation, which is probably your only out,
Yes.
it's gonna be hard at this point of the game.
Grazie.
At this point of the game, it's gonna be hard.
Influente. Vabbè, cioè, allora
It's gonna be kind of hard to actually stick wedding invitation, make it resolve. Plus, you have to actually connect through snap.
Yes.
Which, as I'm seeing, he has one in hand.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there we go.
Go.
In response to the all the glitters.
Okay, double glitters are gone now. Those tokens were Bird Illusion by Murmuring Mystic. The fancy one are some token from Mezzocello and Friends, they're sponsor of this Paupergeddon. And Gabriele Carini decides to concede the match.
Yeah, he has seen enough.
Yes. So that ephemerate was already on the stack, so he can repeat.
Pietro is actually shuffling an Articuno in the okay.
Okay, he finds
Figure
out
that
that this Articuno doesn't belong to Magic the Gathering. And now we see some really nice
Okay, let's
piece
see the
of
sideboard.
the sideboard. So,
Let's see the sideboard, guys, because game one we kind of have a feeling that it would have gone this way.
Glitter, all the glitters appears a little bit too late to the party, and so let's Pietro Bragiotto with his Azorius Familiar find and set up the answer really nice. And now we see the sideboard of Gabriele Carini, and he's playing 4 Relic of Progenitus. That can be
Okay.
it tends to be medium to okay in this
I mean,
matchup.
it stops the combo, so you tend to say, well, I need to bring that in because it stops the combo. But as we saw this game, Pietro didn't interact at all with the graveyard, and I mean, the game felt like Pietro was in control from the start. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you probably bring some copies of it in, maybe not all 4 though.
Yes, he was playing 3 Destroy. He's playing a 3 Destroy Evil on the sideboard. I don't know how many you want it in reality. I don't think that you want too many Destroy Evil. The chat is gutted.
Yeah. Thank to GN42 for that message because that made me laugh.
Okay, thank you very much. I was saying, Gabriele Carini plays 2 Pyroblast on the
Only two. I mean, maybe only because when you play synthesizer, you have to be careful how many pyroblasts you want to play.
That's true. That's
So
true. It will be obviously side in those two Pyroblasts, and we see Pietro Bragiotto list that we know him as a player as a little strange taste for for some really obscure card, and we see he plays one counterspell main deck and
One in the sideboard.
One in the sideboard. He's playing True Destroy Evil. That's both good against
against glitter.
Against the glitter, yeah, the creature and the enchantment, but obviously you want to destroy the creature. He's playing 3 Last Breath, that I don't know how much is gonna be.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you probably have to upgrade some bad cards, you might wanna put them in because it's an instant removal for before you can stick the glitter. But I'd rather play better cards. You don't wanna overload on removal spells.
He's playing 2 Nature's Chant that are very good in this matchup.
Okay.
And he's playing 2 Remove Soul, 1 Ancient Scatter, but I don't think that's gonna be the case.
Oh, he's playing 3 copies of Remove Soul basically in sideboard.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's playing 1 off Aether Toe.
I have no clue what that card does.
It's an instant that costs 3 generic mana and 1 hybrid mana, blue and white, and you can conspire it and put target attacking or blocking creature on top of the library. You can conspire it so you can copy it, and maybe it will be good against.
That's actually a good
all
card.
The glitter. Yes.
Why did I never see this card ever?
Because it costs 4 mana, so it's a little bit too
I
much.
get it.
But with
I mean, you have familiar though, right?
Yes. So let's see if Boros can start pretty aggressively. Now he gained 1 life with his Gainland, and Pietro passed with 1.
I mean,
one
I
mana
talked to
open.
Pietro during the weekend, and he told me that he's not playing any Hydroblasts in the sideboard, as I see 0 copies of them, and he's playing like 12 cards to side in against Black-Green Gardens.
Yes.
Because he knew there would be a lot, and he was right about it. And apparently this sideboard plan worked out really well, because it's here and it's he just had 1 loss in the whole tournament.
Okay, obviously the plane is in his hand. Okay, let's see.
Okay, there's 2 copies of Troubling Spectre, which can be good for early pressure. As long as, you know, you have to be careful for the 0/4, which is Godfarer's Faithful.
Yes.
That it's gonna basically annul your race.
Okay, now
See.
this Prohibit on the synth is.
Yeah, I agree. Synth is
yes.
a really strong card, and it enables too many card advantage and things to happen. So you don't want to make him make value so early, so much.
Okay. Now we see.
As you can see immediately after.
Yes, this is an aggressive play, but I'm okay with this. You need to push every point of damage before a familiar can go away.
Yeah, for sure.
Go away with his card advantage and board presence.
You don't have too much time to crack these clues and get all the single bit of value. That's a plan for another deck or for another matchup. It's not here. It's not the case. You have to kill. You have to kill it as fast as possible.
So let's see. What's the play by Gabriele? All the glitter.
The counterspell that was played on.
Okay, that
so
remove soul came in.
Last breath
Came
came in.
It was
For this specific reason, which is to catch last breath. To catch all the glitters. And the counterspell that we saw cast on experimental synthesizer was Prohibit, which is counterspell that counters a spell that costs 2 or less. You can kick it, and if it's paid with kicker, which is 2 more, you can counter 4 or less, and it's really good with Sunscape Familiar.
Yes, he doesn't use white border alter sleeves, but he himself handmade erase the blackboard. With an eraser. So
It's not the sleeve. It's not the sleeve, the perfect side sleeve. He erases the card himself with an eraser. And we see the same play that we saw the game before, which is turn 5, Godfarer's Faithful, followed by Murmuring Mystic. And if this Murmuring Mystic untaps live, I mean, it's gonna be a problem once again.
Okay, now we see another copy
Glitter
of...
is actually pretty good here because there's no blockers for this Glintalk. But I mean, Murmuring Mystic is gonna provide so many more blockers. So let's see if there's enough drop spell, like burn spells, to actually kill this turn with this swing. Because Pietro is actually not that high on life. One, two, three, four, five.
Yes,
One,
there's a
two,
clue
three,
so
four, five. 5, 6. I think it's 6 damages, maybe more. Am I missing something?
Okay, he doesn't have the lethal
Okay,
bolt or
so
galvanic.
Pietro is down to 5, which means that for the whole game he has to respect the burn plan of Boros Glitters. And dealing with that plus dealing with a Glitter Beast can be hard, especially because of Wedding Invitation, because I assume the Murmuring Mystic is gonna make some kind of copies of cards, of copies of birds, so that this
Oak
is not gonna connect easily.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
see.
there was a clue too. Now he cracked it, but yes, there was a clue too.
Okay, let's see how Gabriele can decide to push the last 5 points of damage. Okay, 1 mana. Glintalk. Let's see if he resolves.
Pietro is really tempted to counter this because this could be his draw spell. I mean,
Yes.
if he doesn't have the bolts in hand right now, countering this this Glintalk might actually stop him from ever drawing those.
Yes, we see those counterspell create a bird and gain 1 life. So let's see another copy of Traveling Spectre.
Not what the doctor ordered.
Not what the doctor ordered. He absolutely needs some bolt, some galvanic blast. Let's see one mana
There is
red.
definitely a bolt.
Oh, nice one. Okay.
We see a bolt on the bird.
Let's see if you want to cast the Meeting of Minds.
Yeah. He's deciding if you want to convoke with the bird or not.
Okay.
And this might have been the plan from Gabriele. Like, hope he doesn't have a spell, so that I can connect with this glitter.
Okay, Meeting of Minds. He decides to tap in this way, so he can drew off this Meeting of Minds, maybe a snap. And let's see.
And now he's gonna chum block, but he's gonna take 3.
So he's going back to 5 because he plays another spell and he gains 1 life of it. So let's see if
You think it's down to 4, right?
Yes, down to 4. Let's see if cycle.
Okay,
Yes.
cycle.
I think now you need to find an Archomancer to bring back.
Yeah. It's definitely better than a second copy of Murmuring Mystic right now. So he's going to go and fetch Archaeomancer, I imagine. But maybe there is something I'm missing. There we go.
Yes, Archomancer. Here we go. Gabriele is gonna check the graveyard, so you see what this Archomancer bring back. But there's no snap. There's no snap in the graveyard. So
yeah, game 1 went in favor of blue-white familiars, and we're fixing that.
okay, yeah, yes, one Chaban can't attack. Now we're gonna say to the judge, so they were gonna fix this one. And Pietro finds the snap. He creates a really fancy Articuno, and he has 1 blue mana. Yes. Okay, now our Andrea is going to tell the judge that a Chaban in the previous turn can attack. Yes. Okay, we have Lorenzo that can join us. Yes. Poison High Calikites, Poison Storm players also it glitters. Let's say that's not the most beloved card. Okay, now let's see. How it's gonna
end.
Okay, we were talking about now we have Lorenzo here, and we are
Yes.
talking about the token choice by Pietro. We see some Articuno and some.
The token choices, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Articuno is a good choice for the blue bird. I use the blue Zwablus. I have a
nice one.
Zwablu, but Delta species Zwablu, so it's blue. It's nice.
Okay, now there's a judge call because one sharpen inspector in the previous turn attacked, but it was affected by summon sickness, as they say in the old days. And so there's gonna be a judge who's gonna fix this problem, and then we can keep up with this game. That's so Pietro Bregiotto has won the first game. And okay.
And now the situation is like.
Okay, they gain back 1 life, and we saying Pietro drew the snap.
Is this a best of 3 or best of 5?
Best of 3, best of 3. Pietro drew the snap.
Sto io qua, magari per le posate. Se vuoi. No, tanto dopo il turno dopo lo faccio. Sì.
Ok. Okay, we are back with the stream. Sorry, and so it's back Andrea, and that
Hello.
he has gone to tell the judge to the Traben incident. And Pietro drew the snap, and he snapped out the Glinsock enchanted with Blitzer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we stepped through. We took the Archaeomancer. That I guess it's the one we see in play, right?
Yes.
I missed the last turn, but
Yes.
I'm guessing it's that one.
Okay, now he brings back Prohibit. Now let's see how he decides to proceed the game. Meeting of Minds.
Meeting of Minds is such a great card in this position. Like, you don't even have to pay mana to draw 2 cards, and you make a bird out of it. It's just in this particular spot, it's insane.
Okay, now let's see.
He leaves a blue floating. I feel like
Yes.
there's a blue floating with
And,
the way he got mana and.
The homemade special Merchant Scroll, a card that Pietro loves very much. He creates a bird, he gains 1 life out of it. And let's see what's gonna find with this Merchant Scroll. Okay, I remember you can only search for blue instant cards with no ephemerate and no.
You have to take blue instant card. You cannot take Lorien Revealed, for example. You cannot take Ephemerate, for example. But Meeting of the Minds draws 2 cards for free. So
Yes, create a
that's
bird,
good
gain a
enough.
life.
That's good enough. You create a bird, you gain a life, you draw 2 cards for no mana. Pretty good cards.
Yes.
I mean, it's not conceding because it's not it's top 8. There's no time. They don't have anything more to do. You have to play the game, right? Until it's over. Pietro is at 9 life. You might draw burn spells to actually try to kill him. So you obviously don't. I don't agree with conceding when the game is not over, because you don't get to play a top 8 the Paupergeddon often. So why would you concede?
Okay, let's see this Glinsock. Pick back experimental synthesizer.
He's
Flip
gonna replay
a Glint
synthesizer.
Okay, then flip
Lembas.
Lembas.
And Glintalk, and we go again probably.
Okay, gets back
Synthesizer.
that flip. Okay, now Wedding Invitation.
Wedding Invitation is a card you have to respect, to some extent at least.
Okay, let's see if the
He's
result.
gonna cast it.
I think it's gonna hit a
much
Prohibit.
better.
He's thinking.
Okay, no, he resolves. I mean,
resolves.
he probably has answers for. He'd rather take it for the glitter at this point, maybe.
Yes. Or maybe he has some artifact destruction. Like we see Nature's Chant in the sideboard. We didn't see yet in the matches. Now,
okay, once again, Meeting of the Minds,
Okay.
showing why Pietro plays this card, because it's insane in this spot. It's just 2 cards, no mana spent, gain a life, make a token.
okay.
Now it's gonna gain 2 life. It never happens
Another God,
again.
Pharaoh's Faithful.
Yeah,
another
Pietro is
Seagate Oracle.
It's really hard to keep up with Pietro's board because there's so many things. But there is a Murmuring Mystic under those cards. There is a Seagate Oracle, 2 copies of God Pharaoh's Faithful, and Archaeomancer. So he's basically just looking for Ephemerate at this point.
He needs to find the lock and close the deal. Another copy of Wedding
Another copy
Invitation.
of Wedding Invitation. It's
Can
gonna
be
proceed to
interesting.
Cast.
Okay, he drew a card.
Draw a card. That's a glitter, right? Yeah. He drew glitter.
Okay, so let's
So
see.
maybe we're seeing some kind of light.
Okay,
Because if you manage to flip another glitter, another impactful spell that Pietro has to counter, and he only is sitting on the prohibit that we saw before.
so let's see. He flipped a bolt with a synthesizer. Let's see if it's gonna fire it off. Aiming 2, I think.
I mean, you kind of want to go after the Archaeomancer, but what if he doesn't have?
Oh,
Okay,
he
he went face. Face is the place sometimes.
Okay, I don't know. With 2 God's Pharaoh Faithful, I don't know how it is gonna.
Yeah, but at the same
end.
time, I don't know. Hard to be able to.
Okay, this force
figure out.
This synthesizer
Okay,
exile
land is fine.
Okay. And now let's see.
Can we move to combat? No, not enough creatures.
Okay.
Another copy of
Familiar. Okay.
Familiar,
Yes.
and now 1 mana Secret Oracle.
He gains 2 life with the
Gain 2
two-
life,
with the juke,
Sleight of Hand.
and he creates a
Okay,
bird.
there's a land boss in the middle of the board which is actually exiled, so maybe we should fix that.
Okay. Okay. Lambas is exiled. Now we're gonna say it to the players, so there's no confusion. Let's see what Gabriele draws. Okay, that was the finger of my friend Andrea, and now Andrea will be back, and it's gonna fix the token, so gonna see it more vividly. Okay, nice. Okay, now we'll see more clearly. Thank you, Andrea. I was pointing out that fingers that
Finally, we have some kind of
clearance.
organization on Pietro's board.
Okay, another synth reveals the fourth copy of Trapped Inspector. Nice foil.
And we're gonna see it cast right now, maybe cracking a clue immediately.
There's basically the FBI on the Gabriele Carini boards. All the agents are here. Let's see. With 2 mana, he decides to.
The Destroy Evil.
Okay, Destroy Evil. We predict that can put in, and this Murmuring Mystic goes to the graveyard.
Pietro is fine with it. I mean, what I'm thinking is how much time can Gabriele get before he actually is able to? I mean, before Pietro can find
All the glitters. The ephemerate. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, he decides to trade 4 1/1s for the 2 Glintox. So to slow down the clock.
Yes. Let's see. Okay, if on land drop.
Okay, Pietro actually has a second copy of Murmuring Mystic in hand, waiting for this particular occasion. So,
2 mana.
2 mana Murmuring Mystic is a young Pyromancer on steroids.
Yes, a very good one. And then 2 mana.
And 2 mana
Archaeomancer. He gains 4 life in this two creature.
Counter spell.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's get a counter spell. Now let's see. It's gonna crack a clue.
It's gonna be hard for Gabriele to get out of this situation, and as soon as we see an ephemerate, the situation is gonna be harder.
Yes. We didn't see any copies of Relic of Progenitus yet. We don't know if Gabriele put it in. He plays 4 copies. We don't know how many.
He actually drew a lot of cards this game, so he didn't play the. I don't expect him to have put in the full 4, because I mean we would have probably seen one by now, right?
Yeah. Or he's very unlucky. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean at the same time we also thought that Relic wouldn't be that much of impactful, and I think we are kinda right. I mean, of course Archaeomancer have been impactful in this game at getting back counterspell, but at the same time, the problem is still Murmuring Mystic rather than everything else.
Yes, the chat is pointing out that if Pietro with the second Archaeomancer grabbed a Merchant Scroll, he could have grabbed a Ghostly Flicker and then proceeded to gain infinite life and gets infinite bird token. I don't know if Ghostly Flicker is in after
That's the same thing I was thinking. I'm not sure that Pietro has Ghostly Flicker still in the deck post side. Because it can be clunky in the early stages of the game, and Pietro might be willing to play a deck that doesn't combo off post side because it's focusing on the early turns to survive and then control the game with Murmuring Mystics and gaining life with Godfar's Faithful, and eventually later put a clock on and win with those.
Yes, Ghostly Flicker is, especially on the draw, is maybe a too heavy card. We see Last Breath on Core Skyfisher, and now only Inspector on the board for Gabriele.
Which are definitely not aligning well with the board. I mean, there's so many walls in this board. I mean, Pietro might have missed a bird out of the Last Breath because he has a Murmuring Mystic in play. So there's no bird with missed trigger, but that's fine. We won't see those Articunos back in the game.
Yes, we love it.
Also, the token Samurai is missing from the sacrifice of
experimental
synthesizer. So both players missed the trigger actually.
Okay. Now the Samurai will join the
a second Samurai, which actually it's the first. It's a kind of weird situation.
It's a little bit of sloppy play by the player,
but
they are very
really tired. They've been playing Magic for a million hours in the last 2 days. Don't blame them because I don't blame them because I've been misspelling cards and confusing decks for the whole day today on stream, and I can imagine what it feels like to have been playing Azorius Familiars for 12 turns in the last 2 days. So I don't blame them. They're tired. So they're playing pretty fast too because they probably want to go home. Price is split, so.
Okay, let's see now if we see some. Something from Gabriele. He plays with he taps Boros Garrison. He plays all the glitter.
All the glitters. Now some fires could. There's 2 Natur's chance, so. Not really fires. There's not much.
Let's see if Gabriele cracks Wedding Invitation. Obviously, yes.
He does.
He tried to go for little. Nature Chant.
Never mind. It's okay. Nice trick, which I know you know, but I want to explain it to chat. As you can see, Pietro played just cast for 1 mana Nature's Chant, and the reason is
because it's a white and green card, and a Sunscape Familiar discount even the green.
The green cards, exactly.
So
I know you were prepared.
Thank you very much. And so it begins the race from Pietro with 3 points of damage.
Time with flyers.
With an Articuno and a Muldrifter. What a strange combination. Seems something like a fever dream. I dreamed of an Articuno and a Muldrifter.
The multiverse is a concept we don't know about yet.
And let's see what Gabriele is gonna do now. A lot of land drop by both of the players. We are very deep in the game. He found another copy
of Glitter,
and we see another.
He knows that he has Prohibit and Counterspell, and we know about the copy of Nature's Chant.
Okay, Nature's Chant. I don't understand why he cracked the second Wedding Invitation on a Traben.
I'm trying to count the artifacts on the battlefield, and I think that the first Traben wasn't lethal.
Okay.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
That could be a reason, yes. But now that all the Wedding Invitations are gone.
6.
Because.
Pietro has been playing this deck for a long time and has played this deck so much. And look at this wing.
Okay.
And Familiars is now attacking with a lot of creatures.
Pietro is now pretty safe because all the 3 Wedding Invitations are gone. I don't know if he knows that there are only 3 Wedding Invitations and not the 4th one.
You also counter at least 3 all the glitters, if not all 4.
Yes, it
Relic
doesn't
is-
make sense if you sack the wedding invitation, you lose 1 damage. Yes, that's true. Maybe miscounted.
Yeah. I don't know what was the reason. You're right.
Okay, Gabriele finally draw a Relic of Progenitus that gets
counterspelled away.
Yes.
By the way, by the cards that Pietro has drawn until now, and there's still no ephemerate nor a copy of Ghostly Flicker. I feel like he has to have sideboarded out some of those, right?
Yes. Because
I've definitely seen one copy of ephemerate while it was shuffling the last 20-25 cards of the deck, but there can be. I didn't see Ghostly Flicker, and so we were probably right with the fact that he sided those out. Otherwise, he probably would have recognized that he was comboing off that turn.
Okay, now he's attacking with the flyers for 5 damage. He goes down to 14, and then Gabriele cut the deck from the previous Ash Barons. Now we'll see what's gonna draw
I mean,
Gabriele.
he has a bunch of burn spells in hand, but I don't think they will ever be enough. It's true that Pietro is actually playing. He actually has a. He doesn't have anything in it, right? It's just the Prohibit left.
Yes, he's holding on to that Prohibit like.
I mean, the Prohibit gains 3 lives, so it's basically a double counter spell.
Okay, and now
He's
fired
gonna
off.
Prohibit the Relic of Progenitus.
Nice
but
Pyroblast.
Pyroblast now.
Relic resolves.
So Relic is in the play, and Pietro has nothing left in his hand, and he didn't draw any of these copies of Ephemerate in these 40 turns as he's been playing and drawing cards.
Okay.
Plus, I don't see. Does he not play Lorien Revealed? Can we check his list for a second?
Yes, he play.
I have not seen a single copy of Lorien Revealed.
I think he plays 2 copies. I'm saying to you right now, he's playing 4 copies of Lorien.
4 copies of Lorien Revealed.
Maybe we see one in the early stage of this game.
Okay,
but
so
I'm not that sure.
Okay, he cracked Relic immediately. I mean, Gabriele is down at 2-3. So this turn is his last choice, his chance to win it. It's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
There was a slow
No,
roll.
the last one, the last card
The last one was a bolt, which would have won Gabriele the game, but unfortunately it was 1 card away. And Pietro, after actually
with a little
sweating a bit in the last turn, managed to get the win.
Okay, let's check the.
Yeah, he's checking like, where are my cards? Where's my Ephemerate? Where's my Merchant Scroll? Where's my Lorien Reveal?
Yes. So it was it seems not like this, but it was a really really close game because Pietro floated a little bit and
Yeah, he also, I think he missed a couple of triggers with God Pharaoh's Faithful when he thought he was definitely winning. And so he kind of put himself in the position where you think he was winning, so you kind of lose attention, you're tired. And so he missed a bunch of triggers, both for birds and life gain.
Yes,
which,
probably.
I mean, even the last Prohibit where you air 11 and I said you gain 3 life for that, he didn't gain the 3 life, so he stayed at 11. If I'm not mistaken, he didn't gain those 3 lives. So
Probably by tiredness, both players missed their triggers, but what's important is that Pietro Bragiotto once
advances
to the semifinals.
To the semifinals. The matchup is obviously in his favor, but I mean, doesn't matter. Pietro is still here playing, and obviously we're gonna see the players tired, so there is a bit of confusion, and maybe some players aren't at their best. But I mean, catch them some slack because they've been playing for a million years and a million hours, so they're tired.
Yes. The top 8 list will be available after the
event is
yes
closed,
and we will see you for.
I can make you a recap of the decks, the made top 8 and the players.
That's a good idea.
So we have Pietro Bragiotto, which came in first in the Swiss rounds with Blue-White Familiars, which we just saw, and Fabrizio. Let me check the surname. Fabrizio Campanino, which was playing Blue-Black Fairies, came second. Third in Swiss, Gabriele Tocchi with Jeskai Ephemerate. Fourth, Raffaele Nobili with Blue-White Glitters. Fifth was Bartoli Lapo with Boros Glitters. Sixth was Domenico Cardona with Blue-White Glitters. Seventh was Andrea Ciccone with Blue-Black Fairies. and 8 was Gabriele Carini, which we just saw with Boros Glitters. And so we know that from that, Boros Glitters Blue White Familiars advance to the semifinals, so to the top 4. And now we're gonna check what's the score between the others, our quarterfinals, and we're gonna come back to you as soon as possible with the semifinals. And so to recap, the top 8 was 2 Boros Glitters, 2 blue black fairies, 2 blue white glitters, 1 familiars, and 1 Jeskai ephemerate.
So we'll see you soon, and for the semifinals, stay with us.
Maybe
Bye.
For another round, maybe for another match.
Okay,
because there are a lot of time.
Okay, they're telling me that maybe we can catch a game 3. That we can catch a game 3 of another quarterfinals, maybe. So let's see if we can put actually another quarterfinals into stream before we go to the semis. And stay tuned. We will try to get you the brackets and who's gonna be playing the semis for what ended. And so we'll be right back.
Stay tuned.